going, guys, and welcome to the channel. Now today I'm going to be doing like a bit of sort of refreshing the car a little bit. Vauxhall show isn't far away. I'm going to be there. I'll be on the VXR owners club stand, so if you guys want to come and say hello or come check the car out, feel free to. It'd be good to meet some of you. So today I'm going to be getting the car in the air. I'm going to give the arches a wash out, clear all the arches up, and I need to paint my brake calipers because they're an absolute state. They just look rubbish. I was going to go, they're a stock factory blue, but I've sort of opted. I think I'm going to paint them red to sort of match the black and red theme I have going on with the car, which is so I thought about going black, and I thought about going blue, and I thought about maybe going a Larry colour, but I think red is just sort of going to be the sort of the go-to colour for the calipers for this. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Well, doing today, it'll be in one video, but I'm going to give all the arches a wash, wash all the brake calipers and stuff like that, ready for painting, and then obviously leave it overnight to all dry out and stuff, and then tomorrow obviously continue the video and get some paint on the calipers. But yeah, so obviously the car's going in for paint as well, which will be sort of in a few days. So, and I'll show you what I'm having painted. It's just a size to get the lacquer peel, which I'll show you. I would love to get more stuff because the car, if you come and have a look at the car, it's not the cleanest car in the world. I'll be first to say that. It's got a few bodywork issues, but it's an old car. But I will get there. It took me 4 years to get the Corsa as clean as it was. So it's just going to be a long journey with this one as well, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm going to get the car in the air now. Also, 2 spanners, look. See, I told you I'll wear your hoodie. Nice one, lads. But yeah, so I'll get the car in the air now and we'll make a start. Right then, obviously I've got the wheel off. Obviously these are the calipers. They look like they're not in bad nick, to be fair. Like the blue's not all chipped off and stuff like that, so maybe they've been painted in the past or something, I don't know. But I'm just going to give it all some nice clean inside. I'll just clean all the arches up and that. I'm going to pull the arch liner off and scrub behind here as well, so I know this accumulates dirt in there. Scrub all that out. But yeah, just to clean the arches, I just tart it up a little bit, if you so to speak. But yeah, I'm going to do that. Also, this is the damage I was saying about. This is why my car's going in for paint. You guys can really see that all lacquer peel on the front of the skirt, and I know I think they are quite common for this because I do see similar things on different cars quite often. But yeah, so I'm having this whole side skirt painted just to tart it up because it's a bit of an eyesore really. Just doesn't look great, does it? It's rubbish. But yeah, maybe not. I'm just having that painted. That's all I'm having done for now. But yeah, so I'm just going to get that wheel off, and then I'm going to get maybe some TFR. Get some TFR in there, scrub it all up, get it all nice and clean, and then tomorrow, once I know it's all 100% bone dry, I can make a start painting these. I would have liked to have gone a bit more of a Larry colour, but I think it won't really go with anything, so that's why I'm going to stay doing red, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I'm going to scrub it all up now and I'll update the video as and when I've done it. Okay, so I've gave it a bit of a clean under. As you can see, it's much better under here now. In all fairness, the caliper didn't clean up too bad, to be honest. Yeah, not too bad. There's a few chips and stuff in it. That's not dirt, that's basically where it's chipped away. So in the end, what I ended up using, I couldn't find my TFR, so I've used this engine and machine cleaner, sort of like a basic like degreaser. And yeah, it's behind here, it wasn't too bad either. I just obviously popped it back in, but yeah, quite impressed considering how bad it was. It's cleaned up not too bad really. I might go over it again just to give it another quick scrub, but in all fairness, I'm quite surprised. What I'm going to do as well is if you've painted your calipers, you know they take about 5 million years to dry, so while they're drying I might just go over the plastic with some trim dressing, like some plastic dressing, just to bring them all back to black. And obviously I'll do the backs of the wheels and stuff like that, but I might wait until, because the weekend before, the day before, I'm going to give the car a proper clean for the show, and I might take my wheels off then and do all the insides of the barrels and dress everything up again, but we'll see. But overall it's not going too bad. I need to do the other side, do all that, and then move on to the rear and clean all that up, and then hopefully then by tomorrow everything should have dried out, ready for paint, which I'm not really looking forward to because I remember doing my calipers on my Corsa, and these painting around here is a bit of a headache. You always get it on these retaining clips, because when you try to pull them out, you can paint around them, but then when you try and put it back in, you scratch all the paint. But yeah, I'll crack on with the other side and then go from there. Right then, front's back down, the wheels are all back on and stuff, so I've moved on to the back now, ready to give this all a wash. Again, this is full of crud all of the back here, and again the brakes, sorry about the wind, it's proper windy today. The brakes again don't look too bad, just faded. So yeah, we'll give all this a wash out, clean all this, do the same, repeat what I did on the front, get this all clean, repeat on the other side, then tomorrow it should all be dry and ready for paint. Fingers crossed anyway, but yeah, I can't see why it won't be. But yeah, so I'm going to crack on with that now guys, and I'll update you when it's done. Right then, what an absolute difference that is. Can you believe that? Again, I'm sorry for the wind, it's so windy today, but look at that, what a difference. The brakes have cleaned up okay. There's still a bit, it's just crust, got crusty stuff that's chipped off and that, so that'll obviously look better when it's all painted, but I'm more shocked at that. What an absolute difference. I can't believe it. How much better does that look compared to how it looked before? Much better. I know that you're never going to see it, but it's just nice to know it's all clean beyond there, isn't it? But I'm going to move on to the other side now, repeat, and then I can pick up the video tomorrow when I'm painted. Right then, it's day 2. Obviously everything's all dry underneath now. I've got the car in the air on all four corners. The paint I'm using is going to be Amorite Smooth. I've always used this. I've used caliper paint in the past, and after 6 months it starts going a bit sketchy. Like the colour goes weird. I think I did it with my Corsa when I painted the calipers green. After a few months, the green went all weird and it just wasn't very good. So I've gone back to what I've used this for years. I've never had any problems with it at all. Obviously, I'm going to do hand paint it rather than spraying it, because I just think when you spray it with a spray can, you have to obviously mask everything off, and it just, yeah, it's a little bit quicker to spray, but the amount of time it takes to mask everything off to make sure it doesn't get everywhere, I'm just going to do it this way. Probably a lazy way, but it's going to look better than it does at the moment, isn't it? So we'll see. So I'm going to do the first few coats now. I'm probably going to do a coat of that, just go around, and then hopefully by the time I get back to this one, it should start drying a little bit more to apply a second coat. So I'll do the first one now, and I'll get back to you. Well, that's the first coat on the front one done. Yes, I'm aware it looks absolutely awful, but don't forget this is a first coat, so it's literally a light coat just to give it, you know, just make a start on it, so to speak. But you know, got the coverage okay. I've got it a few bits I didn't really want to get it, but after a few coats it will look better, obviously. So I'm going to move on to the back now, go around the car, and hopefully by the time I come back to this, that should be dry enough to put another second coat on. Usually I find they usually take about anywhere between 3 to 4 coats depending, which is what I found previous cars. But yeah, I'm going to work my way around. I'm in no rush, it's a beautiful day, so I'm just going to crack on. And it's also a cheap mod, it only cost me 10 quid for the paint and a bit of time, but already it looks better red, I think. Obviously it's not a very good red at the moment, but yeah. Okay, so first coat, I've started putting the second coat on that one, but I've done all the rest, just one coat. As you can see, that's gone red, and see that one's red as well. Well, started being red. I said it's not the greatest finish. I've not gone too thick where the obviously where the bleed nipples are, or on the sliding pins on the back. So I just don't want to get too much paint all over them. But you know, it's not taking me too long, to be fair. This side's still a bit wet as I started putting a bit more on, so I'm just going to leave it for a minute to let it dry a little bit more, and then I can carry on applying a second coat. So I'm going to do that all the way around the car again, and I'll get back to it. Right, and the second coat's on, looking a bit more glossier red now. And before you kill me in the comments, oh, you should have took the calipers off and painted them properly. Listen, this car isn't going to be any sort of show queen, it never will be. All I'm doing is just tidying it up, that is it. If I want to do it properly, I would have took the calipers off, disconnected them and done them all properly, but I'm not down for making this car like a show car. I use it all the time, and you know, I just want to keep it a little bit tight. In a day, to me, that looks better than it did before, doesn't it? So, but each to their own. I know, I get it. But like I said, if I wanted to make it some sort of show looking car, I would have spent the time and the money doing it all properly. I mean, hopefully one day I'm hoping to upgrade them to Brembos anyway, like I did with the Corsa, but that's a while back. But yeah, that's what I just wanted to say before you guys go, oh, you should have done this, should have done that. Listen, the cars, it gets used, so I'm going to crack on anyway. I'm going to crack on with the rest of them, and then I'll update the video once I've put all the final coats on, and then the car's back on the ground. Right then, final coat's done. I think they look loads better, to be fair, considering how it was looking when I first started, obviously before I cleaned up all the arches and stuff as well. So I'm quite happy with what I've got done. Like I said, the paint job isn't the best, but you know what I mean, when it's all behind the wheel and that, you're not going to see most of it, but I just think it looks much better than it did, much better. So yeah, that's it. So next obviously is to get this paintwork, this lacquer peel sorted, and then hopefully the car's gonna be ready for the Vauxhall show. Fingers crossed. But I'll be making sure I give it a thorough clean before the day before the show anyway. So if you're there, guys, feel free to come and say hello, and I'll be glad. It'll be really nice to meet some of you, especially the ones that comment very often if you're going to be there. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like button. I always appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you on the next one.